Hello, all the participants, scholars, scientists, professors, academics, and students. In this 7 days long conference, which was organized by Tomsk State University Biological Sciences Department, all the participants, and I'm sure when I'm saying this, all the participants learned a lot, many new things which they didn't know about. It was a very timely conference when we are into the middle of the pandemic and we are trying to find out how this virus came in being, which has taken away millions of lives across the world. The manager of this conference, our esteemed colleague, Miss Asia, raised a very valid question that we all are waiting for the days when biological sciences will be considered equal to computer sciences and physical sciences like physics. I will tell you one incident which has taken place in India in past 20 years. Majority of the science students, when they pass out their final school level exam, they prefer computer sciences, engineering, physical sciences. Very less number of science students, they opt for biological sciences, and even lesser number of the students opt for the PhD in biological sciences. As a graduate student who passed a, a BSc degree way back in 1996 from my hometown, which is also a very religious place, I really advocate. I always imagined if I could secure a master's in microbiology and solve some mysterious questions about human body. And as a result of which, when even I did a master's in journalism and mass communication and served in media industry and media academics for close to a quarter century, I still have this passion in me to study biological sciences or even basic sciences. I will cite another example that we all have witnessed this horrific phase of pandemic for past 3 years. And a country like India, where I have already told you that majority of science students go for engineering and computer sciences for having a BTech or a bachelor in computer science degree. We witnessed a huge shortage of paramedics, nurses, doctors, and as a result of which a lot of people died. And same was the case with other countries. Now coming to conference, Nobel Prize winning scientist Terri Cunningham rightly said about ecological imbalance. His passion is admirable that even in the time of pandemic last year September 2021, he traveled all the way to Arctic and witness some of the rarest of the rare activities there. Another professor whose name I am forgetting, in yesterday's conference, she talked about globalization and its impact on countries and environment. I want to relate one thing, that if globalization has made people millionaire, it has its side effects. And the side effects, as professor told rightly, that Russian professor, that loss of identity, loss of cultural identity, loss of educational identity, loss of uniqueness. That is the side effect of globalization. And one more thing which I have somehow tried to correlate during this pandemic, that the multinational corporation which are a result of globalization, there are almost millions and millions of multinational companies, and they have offices in at least 100 countries. Their employees frequently travel from one place to another. Even when pandemic struck, these kind of not only corporate travels, but travels due to result of globalization, government travels, political travels, the travel of common persons, because there are no boundaries between the nations as a result of globalization, that multifolded the spread of COVID-19. The first day, a professor was talking about ecological imbalance. We ourselves are harming our mother nature. This is quite possible that this COVID-19 virus is the result of imbalance in our nature. This might be one angle. When scientists are investigating the origin of the virus, we have to think of each and every possible angle, because this COVID-19 is not far from over. It is far from over. Every day a new mutant is coming. The second thing is, which the professor talked about, Terri Cunningham, the Nobel Prize winner scientist who is professor at Tomsk State University. He talked about a joint effort is needed and not the passing of the buck kind of activity. We see each and every country commits that they will reduce their carbon emission, which impacts our ozone layer. Recently, COP26 took place, where countries committed about net zero goals. Whether they will meet it, how much honest they are when they are committing to net zero goals, nobody knows. One country blames other, the other blames another country. But this ecological imbalance, this imbalance in our biodiversity, will harm our Mother Earth to a larger extent. And I recall, which I also told to some scientist in the conference, that Professor Stephen Hawking very rightly had expressed his opinion that if we will not, if we will not stop harming our nature, those days are not far away when we human race will be needing to look for another planet other than Earth to live. And as Professor Terri Cunningham said that it should not be an effort only by scientists, but it should be a joint effort between scientists, political leaders, every person. And scientists should talk to common people. They should tell the harm and minus side of, negative side of causing harm to our ecology. Recently, I traveled to a very green zone in India. It's called Gir National Forest, which is located in western Indian state of Gujarat. It's spread in 1412 square kilometer, and where Asiatic lion, one of its rarest of rare kind of variety of lion, is found. And there are little above 1000 lions. And it's not a caged forest area. You will witness Asiatic lion, you will see hundreds of variety of birds, flora, fauna, sambar deer, antelope, wild pig, hundreds of variety of wild animals roaming freely in an area of 1412 square kilometer. And in between those wild jungles, there lives villagers, and they live amidst the presence of Asiatic lion and other wild animals. Their only livelihood is to cultivate another variety of cow which is called gir cow. They are known for their excessive milk generation. So they in a kind of they worship that gir cows, and their only job is to arrange the grass, to feed cows and milk them, and then to send that quantity of milk to nearby towns. And only this community, which is known as Maldhari community, and which is depend on cow, they triggered India's white revolution started by noted social scientist Vijay Kurian. It actually fulfilled the need of milk among the kids, infants who were otherwise malnutrited. So I have made the video, and if my colleague Asia will ask for, I will share those videos of Gir National Forest, rarest of rare kind of biodiversity example where wild animals, flora, fauna, and human being lives together. And then there is almost hundreds of thousands of variety of medicinal plants in that 1412 square kilometer. So that is how, if it is rightly said, we witness every day earthquakes, we witness every day volcano eruption, we witness erosion on hilly areas, we witness glaciers melting. These all are result of human excessive activity which otherwise should be stopped. I really, as an individual and as a scholar of Tomsk State University, who is in teaching and in journalism for past 25 years, learned a lot. And I request our colleague Asia to share the summary or the full videos of this 7 days long conference to other side of the earth, irrespective of political differences and irrespective of geographical boundaries, because we actually hit the card in the conference, and we raised the, I mean, when I say we, that means the scientists speaking in that is in this conference, they raised some very ap- appropriate questions which are need of the hour for survival of human race and our earth. I also have 7 certification from National Aeronautics and Space Administration, and we talk similar things. I think if I have made these videos available, I will share these videos with journalistic community, political community, even in NASA and other organizations and universities, so that people people know that a step has been taken by Tomsk State University to create awareness about our challenges in environment which human race is facing. With this note, I thank from bottom of my heart to Tomsk State University, to the organizers of the conference, to the Department of Biological Sciences and Biodiversity, Integrated Biology, all the scientists who spoke in this extremely enlightening conference, especially to Nobel Laureate Terri Cunningham, and also to manager of the conference, who is also a scholar in that department, Miss Asia. It was indeed an honor and pleasure listening to each speaker in this conference, and I hope when I will come to Tomsk, I will meet physically everyone who spoke there, and I will learn a lot. Thank you very much.